Hello once again, this is Dave Knight here at Knight Capital Management. I want to welcome you to the weekly wrap-up, also the best trade of the week. This is my blog here at Knight Capital Management. You can find it here at knightcapitalmanagement.com, or you can put in the full URL right there. I'm going to talk about on Wednesday, December 3rd, there was a nice trade in the ES contract, so let's scroll down to that. Oh, this was funny. Uh, we're going to miss you, President Bush. So if you ever haven't seen that real quick, that's pretty funny. Let's see here. Here we go. And this is the trade I'm going to talk about today. We're going to talk about volume touching the bar, moving average bar, and how that can be an okay trade. We're going to talk about a breakout out of a range and how you can play that for profit, going in this case the upper daily range and playing through what was yesterday's high. So this is what the trade is going to entail. As you see, it was a nice, very nice profitable trade. It made $1,250 per every two contracts that you would trade. 300 on the first, 950 on the second, or the follow through one, trailing, however you want to call that. And the total in the trade for every two contracts is 1,250. Give you a reference. If you were trading 10 contracts, that would be 5 series. You just take that times 5, and this would have been a $6,250 day in trading for you. And so that's what a medium-sized account can do, and obviously a bigger sized account can make double that and so forth. And anyway, so we're not going to get into we're learning how to build our account as well. So this was a nice trade. Let me go ahead and pause and get to where I want to go next. Okay, just to reach my educational blog, if you'll scroll down on the right hand side, you will see Day Trading Night blog. If you click in this box right here, and if you will save this to your favorites, as you notice, there's no advertising on this. There's no sponsors and so forth. So this is just my blog that's for you as an educational blog, and you'll just a good way of finding just the trades itself without having to go through any of my politics or my opinions and so forth. So this is just a good place to go. And then once again, this is Day Trading Night. You can find it here at daytradingnight.com, or also off of this the blogspot.com, Day Trading Night blogspot, and also off my Knight Capital Management. Just scroll down the right hand side and you'll find it there. So that's, without any further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the trade. Alright, the trade once again was in the ES contract. That's E-mini S&P. I've already opened up the bar itself for the morning. This is the 9:30 open on the bar. As you can see, it's at 8:29, and this would be at 9:30. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward the first 15 minutes, and as you can see, some of the volume's already shown up down here. This is one of the reasons that I made my move to get in the market early. But let's go ahead and fast forward for the first bar. Alright, now here's your opening bar of the morning. Now if you notice, it's trying to fill the gap between the close of yesterday and obviously where we opened here. So trying to fill the gap. Now fill the gap. Lately it's gone up here, and then it's come down to the next one, and then it just kind of rolled down this way. And that's kind of been what the gap, it's made an attempt, but so I've been very hesitant to get into any closing of the gap trades. There was no spike reversal bar on this on my system. Once again, let me just back up a little bit. My charts are sponsored by Rockwell Trading and the Rockwell Trading Navigator, and I use their templates, and I have a nice announcement that I hope to make on my next video as well, once I figure out exactly how the live trading chat room is going to work. So keep your eyes peeled for the next video, and I'll talk more about that. So let's go ahead and fast forward on to the next bar. Let me get it out. Okay, so here's your second bar of the trade itself. As you can tell, it didn't pay to get into this opening. This has been kind of current. What's been happening? There's no follow through of the opening bar. So we had it close, and so right now it could go up, it could go down. So let's see what the third bar did. Now here's your third bar. It's also still a light colored bar, but here's your close here, here's your close here. One of the important things I want to notice is the green volume here. Our volume has been increasing from yesterday, and it's still increasing, and it's still looking good. So our volume's picking up. This is closing in on the high. It's actually broke over the gap. So this is something that I was looking for, and looking to play up in this area, going for here, and going for the ADR, which is up here at 863.75, and you have your high at 850.75, and we'll talk about all of that. So let's go ahead and fast forward to the next bar. Okay, so let me pause and go ahead and put my entry and talk about that now. Okay, so I put my targets in. Now my actual fill is at 842 even. I wasn't able to get the system to manipulate 842. It won't show anything more than 842 and a half. Sometimes that happens on this. So anyway, so 842 is my entry. 838 is your stop. 4 points behind. Looking for 848 as a target. And 861 is actually going to watch at this area. So I was actually seeing what is going to happen at this area here. 861 really didn't come into play after you'll see this, one of these bars, 2 bars from here, it will blow through this, and then 861 came into play at that point. So this is how I set it up in the very beginning of the morning after the bar and put the trade in. It was this exactly, and I was watching to see how we'd play around the high and so forth. So once again, let's take a look at the volume. The third bar volume was green. The fourth bar is touching on the moving average, which is above average volume is fine, and you can get in that trade. In actuality, I was in about 10 to 8 seconds early on this trade, and I got filled at 842, thinking that this line here was going to go green. And you'll notice that I will adjust my stop loss accordingly once I notice that the bar itself printed as a blue bar. So let me stop it here. Here is your next bar here. The low on this bar ended up being 840.75. So even moving up from 838 to 840, or shortening your stop loss on a blue bar, which is perfectly okay. If you're getting in, it's not totally on your plan. Sometimes it makes sense to move up here. Don't take that 4-point hit. So move up here and recognize that you made a mistake. Although it's still above average volume, it's okay in my trading plan. But if you're only looking for green bar entries on your volume, or definitely where the bar goes above the moving average, then you might want to move your stop from 4 points to up to 2 points. And I wouldn't move it any closer than that. But anyway, so this is how we are and how we finished the first bar. 842. We're still sitting in here. We're at the stop. We put in the market after this next bar prints. Let me get it out there. So here's your next bar, and let me pause for a little bit. Now, yesterday you'll notice that 847 it played a role, and you could have taken off your contract at 847 and sat around and see what was going to happen. That would have been perfectly fine on this. 847 and a half, thinking that it might fall back. It might have been a good play to get out, take some of your profit off while it's there. Or you can go ahead and roll with it. So let's see what happens on the next bar. Alright, now here's the bar I'm talking about. 848 clearly gets taken out, and then we just blow past this area. And now if you would have had your profit target sitting at this upper high, you would have gotten taken out, but then you would have messed the rest of this move, which in this case 848 and taking them both out of here, or letting it go down. But in this case, it never really looked down, looked back, did anything. So in this next bar printing, let me go ahead and pause. This next bar printed at 860.75. Maybe the thing to do is to lock in some profit. So 10-point profits of $500 on your second, 852 to 842. And as you'll notice, as I'm running out of time, that the next bar actually makes target. So the way to move this stop up is on the printing of this bar, to 848, on the printing on this bar to 852, and then you ended up getting your profit out of the trade itself. Once again, this is Dave Knight at Knight Capital Management, and I want to wish you the best weekend and happy trading to everyone. Thanks. Bye now.